Your eyes are starving, not for light, not for sleep, not even for rest. For a single specific nutrient they cannot produce on their own. Here's the problem nobody talks about. Every single day, your retina is under attack. From the blue light of your phone, the glare of your laptop, the harsh UV rays bouncing off pavement. Even reading this sentence creates oxidative stress deep inside the most metabolically active tissue in your body. Your eyes are working harder than ever before in human history. And if you're over 40 or even in your 30s scrolling right now, your natural defenses are depleting faster than you're replacing them. That protective pigment. It doesn't come from supplements or eye drops. It comes exclusively from food. And most people aren't getting nearly enough. But here's the good news. In the next few minutes, I'll show you 3 warm, simple drinks made from ingredients you probably already have, that researchers have tested on real people. Not in petri dishes, not in mice, in real people with real retinas over real time. One was proven to increase the protective pigment inside your macula in just 90 days. Another supports the tiny blood vessels that feed oxygen to your retinas. And the third, the most expensive spice in the world. But you only need a pinch to unlock compounds that have caught the attention of eye researchers worldwide. So if you've ever wondered whether your daily diet could protect the delicate tissues behind your vision, stay with me. Today we're brewing 3 eye-saving teas, and I'm revealing exactly how to make each one. Let's start with the most powerful one first. Goji Berry Tea. What if your eyes depended on a nutrient they can't make on their own? Every day your eyes are exposed to light, screens, and the world around you. At the center of your retina is a specialized region, responsible for your sharpest vision. It's called the macula. And this is where things get interesting. Your eyes naturally concentrate protective pigments in this tiny area. One of the most important is zeaxanthin. But here's the catch. Your body can't produce it. You have to get it from food. And one surprisingly small fruit happens to be an especially rich source, the goji berry. These bright red berries have been consumed in Asian diets for centuries. But today, researchers are particularly interested in their natural compounds, including zeaxanthin. Your eyes store zeaxanthin inside the macula, where it becomes part of what's known as the macular pigment. Think of this pigment as part of your eye's built-in protection system. It helps absorb high-energy wavelengths of light, while providing antioxidant support to sensitive tissues at the center of your retina. And those tissues are working constantly. Every time you read a page, watch television, drive at night, or glance at your phone, your retina is quietly handling another dose of light. So researchers wanted to know something much more interesting. Could eating foods rich in these pigments actually increase the protective pigment inside your own eyes? In a randomized clinical trial published in 2021, healthy adults between 45 and 65 ate about 28 grams of dried goji berries 5 days a week for 90 days. After 3 months, researchers found a significant increase in macular pigment optical density, a measurement associated with pigments concentrated in the retina. That's certainly encouraging, but let's keep expectations realistic. Goji berries won't restore lost eyesight. They won't eliminate the need for glasses, and they don't cure cataracts, glaucoma, or age-related eye diseases. What makes them interesting is much simpler. They're a concentrated dietary source of zeaxanthin, a pigment your eyes naturally use and store. And that makes goji berries worth considering as part of an overall eye-friendly diet. But here's something important if you're turning them into tea. Don't make the mistake of drinking the liquid and throwing the berries away. When you steep goji berries, some compounds may move into the water, but the softened berries still contain fiber and other nutrients. So here's how to make it. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried goji berries to a mug. Pour in 8 to 10 ounces of hot water. Cover and steep for about 10 minutes. The berries will soften while the water develops a naturally sweet, fruity flavor. Then simply eat those softened berries with a spoon. Number 2, wild blueberry tea. What if one of the smallest berries in nature contained compounds? That could help support one of the most delicate parts of your body. Your eyes are working from the moment you wake up. They constantly process light, movement, colors, and fine details, while being exposed to oxidative stress throughout the day. And as we get older, protecting these delicate tissues becomes even more important. That's where wild blueberries become especially interesting. These tiny dark blue berries are packed with natural compounds called anthocyanins. And here's what makes anthocyanins so fascinating. They're the pigments responsible for the deep blue-purple color of blueberries, but inside your body. They also act as powerful antioxidants. They help your body deal with oxidative stress, which can damage cells when free radicals overwhelm the body's natural defenses. And your eyes are particularly vulnerable to this because the retina has an extremely high demand for oxygen and energy. But there's another reason researchers have become interested in blueberries. Blood flow. The tiny blood vessels supplying your eyes need to function properly to deliver oxygen and nutrients to retinal tissues. And research suggests that anthocyanin-rich foods may help support healthy blood vessel function. That doesn't mean blueberries can magically improve your eyesight, but it does raise an interesting question. Could regularly consuming anthocyanin-rich berries help support the tiny vessels your eyes depend on? Wild blueberries are particularly interesting because they're often richer in anthocyanins than many cultivated blueberry varieties. Here's how to make it. Start with about 1/2 cup of fresh or frozen wild blueberries. Add them to a small saucepan with roughly 1.5 cups of water. Bring the mixture to a gentle simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. As the berries heat up, gently crush them with the back of a spoon. This helps release their deep purple color and fruity flavor into the water. Then strain the liquid into your favorite mug. Number 3, saffron tea. What if one of the world's most expensive spices could also contain compounds your eyes may find surprisingly valuable? You only need a tiny amount, yet inside those delicate red threads are natural compounds that have attracted serious attention from eye researchers. One of the most interesting is crocin. And here's why that matters. Your retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in your entire body. It needs enormous amounts of oxygen and energy just to keep processing everything you see. But that also makes it vulnerable to oxidative stress. Over time, oxidative stress can contribute to damage in the delicate cells and structures responsible for vision. This is where saffron becomes especially interesting. Saffron contains several compounds, including crocin, crocetin, and safranal, that have antioxidant properties. Researchers have been investigating whether these compounds may help support retinal function and protect the eye from some of the stress it experiences every day. But here's the part that makes saffron different from many foods we've discussed. Researchers haven't only studied it in laboratories, they've also tested saffron supplementation in people with certain age-related changes in retinal function in several clinical studies. Adults taking saffron supplements showed improvements in measures of retinal function compared with their starting levels. And because you only need a small amount, it's remarkably easy to turn into a warm drink. But there's an important detail. You don't need a spoonful of saffron. In fact, saffron is extremely concentrated, and using more isn't necessarily better. Start with about 5 to 10 saffron threads. Place them in a mug and add about 8 to 10 ounces of hot water. Let the threads steep for around 5 to 10 minutes. As they infuse, the water will gradually develop a beautiful golden color and a subtle floral aroma. Your eyes work for you every single day, so give them the support they deserve. Goji berry, wild blueberry, and saffron tea can be simple additions to an eye-friendly diet. Remember, these drinks aren't a cure, but small daily choices can add up over time. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel for more simple, science-backed health tips, and I'll see you in the next video.